Hello guys. So after a small and casual and fast series of I believe like 30 videos, right, and which costed the channel minus 10 subscribers, I believe, right, because I uploaded them in so rapid succession. The channel is mostly waiting and expecting, waiting for and expecting Diablo raid content. Yeah. So this extreme tempo costed me subs. Yeah, that's a little bit sad. So guys, let me tell you, I wanted to have this on the wraps. So maybe some of you will start playing with me with the expansion. And no, I didn't want you guys to be puzzled about anything. So that's why I did this series, as I said, just before the expansion hits. And the last video is a bonus video that is dedicated for hardcore. So take a look at my achievements, guys. 99%. I am a big fan of achievements, so I was perusing these, right? I mean, I had to skip the game for a long time, and finally, this season I was able to play properly, and there is a click with me, guys. And so I played a little, and the achievements started coming, and I got that tick, right? I mean, should I finish the achievements, right? And after that point, it's a little bit too late for me, right? And I was, handling kind of everything all at once, right? And the grindy ones were not done yet. I mean, I played Diablo 4 so little before the season, guys. I didn't have, kill 10,000 cannibals, etc. Complete, stuff that kind of auto-completes after, playing the game actively. Anyway, so, and as you can see, there is a big hardcore header there, right? So hardcore category then. So, and I was forever intimidated of it, right? In Diablo 3 I played hardcore, in Diablo 3 I had 100% achievements as well, but the experience there is very mild, right? I mean, you can build a very tanky character, and the stuff that's required from you are not that nasty, so you can handle it, right? In here, the stuff that's required is very dangerous, right? I mean, you can't bring an extreme tank character and hope they complete themselves, right? You need to have a proper character. So guys, I was forever scared of it, so I thought to myself, okay, let's start, right? And I was taking it very slow and very cowardly. So I will, tell you my hardcore experience and why you shouldn't be that much intimidated, right? First of all, it is a little bit fun. And the thing is, guys, you might, remember from streams, I have a tendency to rage, etc. And I have died 5 times, guys. And you will be very surprised at this. I was 0 rage. I mean, disappointment, sadness a little bit, but no rage at all. And immediately start another character. It was weird, right? I was very surprised at myself. But the thing is, guys, because, if you haven't played, you lead yourself to believe that you are going to lose absolutely everything and you will have nothing left. That is very, very wrong, right? You have a lot left, and after you that first character, it becomes much, much, much simpler. So let me tell you why. So guys, first of all, I was being very cowardly, and of course not world tier 1, not that cowardly. I started from world tier 2 and I was doing this stuff. So guys, I told you this before, you might remember. So there are 2 terrible choices in this game that you have to do just once. But when I say just once, I mean just once per mode. Hardcore and softcore. Seasons don't matter, right? They carry over. One of them is Altars of Lilith, and the other one of them is Renown. So, I did them on softcore, obviously, and on hardcore I need to do them again. So I thought to myself, why do I not do these immediately to slow down my leveling progress, right? I mean, so I don't attack monsters that are like 15 levels higher than I am. And the thing is, guys, in softcore, you just throw yourself in danger. The most challenging content to level up faster. And if you die, you just die, you go and pick it up, right? In hardcore, you can't do that, so you don't actually fully know the limits of your character, right? Unless it's an end game activity, because in end game activities, dying is punished, so you know, right? But when leveling, you just don't. So what I did was that I started, right? I started gathering the Altars of Lilith slowly, and there are, mighty 160 of them. I gathered them. By the time I gathered them, and I was of course also doing some quests, some health items, etc. Slowly, some whispers. And by the time I gathered them, I was nearing level 70, so I was able to go and do the capstone dungeon, which is in Kuyavashad in World Tier 2, that unlocked World Tier 3 for me, right? And after that, I grinded the renown, right? All of these to the max. That was also, as you can imagine, a pretty slow progress. So that get me to somewhere near 70, and then I did the what's the name? The second capstone dungeon. I unlocked World Tier 4, right? And I was taking it very slow. I was doing nightmare dungeons that were like 1 or 2 levels above me. I was playing a chain lightning sorcerer, right? And I was taking it very, very safe, and kind of nothing was happening to me. And let me tell you the story of my that character is not alive. So there is this dungeon here, guys, called the Flooded Depths, right? You go in, you clear some stuff, and there is a traversal area which you reach by a rope, right? And it is safe, right? Monsters can't get there. It's up by a ladder. And as far as I recall, there wasn't an AFK killer mechanic in there. Yeah, there was no blood blister, there was no storm-based wrath, drifting shade, whatever it is. None of them were there, right? And I was doing some stuff in raid at the same time, so I was working on raid. I came back, has been slain by the environment. Your heroic deeds of valor will be remembered. And I was level 94 at the time. And guys, imagine how slow I was taking it. I think, can I see it now? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, take a look at the name. See? 40 hours by the way. And level 94. I mean, imagine how slow I was taking it. Take a look at this guy. 18 hours, right? The last death that I couldn't remember. That's to DC. I DC'd while I was doing Infernal Horrors. Yeah, so this guy died while I was AFK. I got one-shotted by Mother's Judgment. I got one-shotted by a world boss. And this character was tanky as well. I just didn't expect it. This character he died to the same boss. I died to the cast that she leaves behind. And this guy died to DC. So that's why I haven't been able to use the Scroll of Escape to escape at all. Right? So anyway, guys, what I mean, so guys, about that sad moment when you rip, right? After I ripped, guys, I was of course a little bit sad, right? And the thing is, there is an achievement that says reach level 100 in hardcore. And I wanted to actually get that one. And by the way, my character was very safe, right? I mean, I wasn't doing very much damage, but I was very safe, right? I mean, I could, stand in explosions and not die anyway. So I thought to myself, is this the time I abandon this project? Or, I go again, right? And I thought to myself, I wasn't very aware at the time. I thought to myself, let me just go again once, right? And I'll see how it goes. And if the leveling process is very boring, I'll just quit, because now I have the altars of Lilith and the Renown done. And guys, I took a look here, so there is something important. You start from level 1, right? You get to level 10 or so in Helltide, and raids start dropping for you. And thing is, you can do the tampering on them, right? And the thing is, take a look at this tamper. Up to 40% chance to deal 8,000 damage or something, and imagine your weapon at the time is like 50 DPS or something. And here comes the bomb, guys. These tamperings do not scale down. They stay that way. So the aspects that you imprint on your stuff scale down, but this doesn't, right? So guys, what this means is you will be hitting people, and 40%, or let's say you have a 30% of a lucky hit chance, so 12% of time insta kill, right? It's insane. And the thing is, so this is only for damage, right? It doesn't end there for, well, I can't show you the can actually. Let me just grab that. Boots, legs is fine. So guys, take a look at this. I can get 15% damage, that's not very great, 5% damage, But the thing is that 353 to 504 life tampering, guys, it doesn't scale down. I mean, you could get 504 life on your level 10 garbage legs. So the thing is, guys, you are on 300 HP, right? You do this tampering and now you are 800 HP. And you can do this on your legs, on your helmet, on your chest, and on your amulet. So guys, all of a sudden, you have a 40% chance or whatever percent chance to kill everything, and your HP instead of 300, it's 2500 or something, right? I mean, the earlier levels become just facial. You create your character, you dive into a hell type, right? You stick around a little, you get to level 10, you gather some rares, you hopefully do the maiden or something, you come back, you chug your first elixir, and then you do the tampering on your gear, right? And then also if you have some powerful aspects, you can also imprint them, because the thing is, aspect imprinting is costly, but on low level items it's cheap, right? And the tampering is extremely cheap anyway, right? I mean, it just takes like 2 leather, 2 iron or something, right? You have infinitely many of those. I'll show you. Well, I don't want to actually do it. Hold on. Take a look at the cost. And this is an end game item, and it doesn't take gold away, right? And as you can see, I have 1,400. So it's, and on low levels, it's like just 1 of each or something. It's basically free. So guys, and with that start, right, after level 10, you kind of become a god or something, right? You hit level 20 or so immediately. You craft some gems at the jeweler. You put them in your gear, right? Yeah, the chipped ones, the bad ones, and then you do some aspects, and you maybe stick around a little bit in the hell type to get 25 or so, and then you can hit the, what's the name of that? The capstone dungeon, right? On hardcore, because your HP is insane now, right? If you make it to world tier 4 and play a little there and gather the tampering recipes, and they drop left and right, after that it's just gonna be very much easy. So guys, let me tell you the story. I was playing my 3rd character or something. I joined the boost. Right? The guy didn't know how to boost. In hardcore it's a little bit different, because at some point there are some mobs that spawn on you and can gank you because you are low level. And I pleaded with the guy. I tried to tell him, he didn't comprehend, and he killed the boss without me, right? And I said, okay, I gave it as a bad job, and I did myself. Funny thing is, and the guy was a noob, right? And I got to world tier 4 faster than they did, right? And of course, they took it a little bit slow, but at that point they made it into world tier 3. The guy was helping his friend, and I gathered some gear together. I did my tampers. I played a little bit, right? And of course, at that point I had some experience. I went for the capstone dungeon, right? I jumped into Helltide in world tier 3, right? That get me to like 40 or something very quickly. I had some gear in the stash. I equipped them, right? And of course, guys, if you have a previous character, there is also this, right? So I did have this for a very long time, right? The first character that I died, I was in some tormented boss runs, and I got this one. And take a look at the required level, guys. 35, and it's a level 925 item, right? The DPS is insane. The stat bonuses that it provides is insane, right? And so of course the leveling becomes insanely easy after that. I got to 50 and world tier 4, and it was very, very fast. So it was I did talk quite a bit, but what I'm trying to say is, guys, when you die, you don't lose all that much, right? If you made it onto the world tier 4 and gathered your tempered materials, and you did the altars of renown, altars of Lilith and renown, right? You can just restart and you can get back in world tier 4 in about like 4? No, not 4 hours, 2 hours or something. And after you make it there, level 70 or something is very easy. Then of course the grind starts. You have to go into the nightmare dungeons and go over and over and over until you get your glyph levels. So that's why hardcore is not that big, and as you saw, I was able to handle them all. But of course, something has to be confessed. I didn't kill Lilith, right? I just do not have the heart. So thing is, this character I think can, but in the Lilith fight, Echo of Lilith fight, there are a lot of one-shot mechanics which you can't survive, right? You are unable to do the mechanic and you die, right? And it also requires to be very, very agile. In the second phase, there are small, tiny white souls flying around, and you wouldn't, expect it, but they one-shot, right? And there are a lot of those that fly around, and they are pretty fast. So I didn't have the heart, and there was someone that was doing it, and I joined them, and that's how I got it done. But everything else in hardcore, I got it done all by myself. I mean, yeah, level 50 with each class, Sacred Nightmare Dungeon, Ancestral Nightmare, Silent Offering, Cinders. These are of course easy. This, of course, guys, I had to get help. There are not many crazy people in hardcore mode that do PvP, right? I mean, what you can do is, you can find a friend, you can find a guy, and you tell them, make a level 1 character, I'll kill you, and then I will make a level 1 character, then you'll kill me to get the achievement, because you need to get 10 kills, not even 1, right? That requires a little bit of help, but can be achieved. So the boss kills in here, guys, I mean, I will make an achievement guide later on, but these are done in campaign only, right? There is no way that you can do Astaroth, Andariel, Duel, or regular Lilith, right? The only way is to start fresh from campaign, and you kill them at the end of the campaign. You just go to a world boss, every boss here, right? Butcher spawns in, either Nightmare Dungeons or Infernal Hordes. I mean, will eventually happen. Yeah, that's the one I got help with. Level 25, level 50, level 100. Yeah, the other stuff will happen automatically when you're leveling. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, as you can see, it's not that bad. And in each of them, I suppose there was some sort of I was at fault. So for this one, never go AFK in an area that's not town in hardcore. That's the lesson I learned, right? This one, do not push your limits too hard. I was doing, pit with a low level character. As I said, she just one-shotted me. She was like 100 level 20 or so. So there was a lot of damage bonus on her. This character, I got one-shotted by the world boss. I didn't expect it to hit that hard. It's the gold one, like the Everest. So he put some pillars on the ground, and he hits them with the mace, and they explode like 2 or 3 seconds later on. Right? And I knew it was going to hit hard, but I was very tanky, and I didn't think they would. So he would, right? As you can see. And this one, guys, I was not resistance capped. I mean, I should have gone out of my way to cap resistances. I mean, my life resistance was like 45, and that's why I died. So in each of them, I was also partially at fault. And this one, I DC'd. So the reason I was at fault here, guys, this character was severely boosted. And you can probably tell from the playtime, right? The gear was also very good. And guys, I never had a chance, or I forgot to get a Scroll of Escape on it. So the beauty of a Scroll of Escape is this is a hardcore only item, guys. It doesn't exist in the other side, on the other side. So what this does is, I mean, you can just press it and teleport to safety, right? Insta cast, no casting time like the Town Portal. But what it does is, if you DC, if the game detects that you DC, it automatically casts it. And I didn't have one on me. Maybe that's why I didn't quit, guys. In all of them, I was partially at fault, right? So that's about it for hardcore, guys. It's a better experience than you think, and the people in here are much better than on the other side, right? I mean, they invite you for tormented boss runs for free. They give away gear for free, or they say, what do you have? You say, I have this. So you want an item, someone has that, and you say you don't have gold, I have boss materials, give me 10 fear and it's yours, that kind of stuff, right? The people are much better. Of course, and when you die, people help you out. Of course, not everyone maybe, but it is a better community than softcore, and everything is much more valuable because So for example, guys, if I make this character on softcore, it's a done deal, right? I have this character. If I die now, I will be losing out on all of this gear, and I will have to refresh this gear, right? Which I did, right? That character that died to DC had this gear, better gear actually. So that's about it, guys, and I think that concludes our business with the Just Before the Expansion Hit series, and I will hopefully see you on the expansion, and thanks for your patience, and I will see you. Bye-bye.